Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel where I like to make, create, and inspire fun art things with you. Today I have an exciting craft that I absolutely love and am so excited to share it with you. I will be making a sweets kissing booth, so please come along with me and let's art today. The items that I will use to make this booth is this cute sign that is so adorable. I just love the spinning part in the center. One says for free and the other side says 25 cents. Next, I will be using these wooden trays and also these 3 wooden crates. Now, I painted them black because I used them for a previous project, but this is how they normally look. And lastly, these 2 wooden pieces that are just called craft wood. All these materials I purchased at the Dollar Tree. Now it's time to paint everything. I'm going to prime everything using my chalk paint. You can use any kind of paint you like, but I'm just giving everything a good solid 1 coat of paint. Here are all the boxes primed. There are 2 extra boxes, but I ended up not using them. Time to add the pretty little details to these wood pieces. I'm just adding some stripes to this craft wood pieces, going slightly slanted motion to look like pink candy canes. Now I used a lot of pinks, reds, and purples for this project, but whatever colors you use, I think it still will turn out so awesome. When I was done painting the stripes, I went back in with a red paint marker and I just added a border around them. Some solid, some dashed, and they came out looking like this. Aren't they so adorable? Next, I will be painting these 2 trays. I first go in with that same pink paint and I'm just outlining the edges of the trays. These trays are going to be a shelf for my kissing booth, so I wanted to add more details on the inside of these trays. I'm adding these stripes to the back lip of the trays using pink and purple paints. Now I'm adding some details to the outside of the trays. I'm taking a paint marker and making little hearts in pink and purple all over the front. I also add little dashes and dots to this crate. I just think it adds something whimsical and it's cute. This is how the trays turned out and I just think they're so adorable. I added some more details to the ends of the tray, but I just wanted to add one more element, which are these foam hearts that I just hot glued into the center of the tray. Moving into these little wooden crates, I will be painting the inside of the crates first using this lilac chalk paint. And to paint the front faces of those wooden crates, I'm going in first with my pink and then I will be going in with some red. And here's how these turned out. I think they're so cute. 2 of them are pink, red, pink, and one of them is red, pink, red. Lastly, for painting, I will be painting on the kissing booth sign itself. I removed the ribbon and the sticker on the back. Now I'm going in with my paint markers and I'm adding paint on top of the details on the sign itself. I add red paints, filled up some hearts, the lips, and then I go in with the purple paint pen and I add more to the hearts and little dashes on the sign. Now that the paint has completely dried on all these pretty things, it is time to assemble them together. I first lay out all the pieces before permanently attaching them to each other. I flip those two wooden pieces over to see how far up I want them on the sign. I take those wooden crates, some hot glue, and I'm going to attach them to each other side by side. I am using hot glue to attach everything together, but if you want something stronger and longer lasting, I suggest using E6000 or some wood glue, but my hot glue just worked fine. Now I'm lining up those wooden pieces, turning it around, adding the hot glue, trying to make it as even as possible. I am a little slanted, but I don't mind at all. Now I'm adding the kissing booth sign, once again using my hot glue gun, attaching one part first and then going in and attaching the second part. Time to add the shelves to the kissing booth. I first attach each shelf together, then I attach it to the kissing booth backboard. And to hide those holes on the sign of the kissing booth, I just add 2 red foam balls. Here's how the kissing booth turned out. I absolutely love this kissing booth. I think it's so cute, so adorable, and it was so easy and fun to make. If you love it as much as I do, please hit that thumbs up button and leave me a comment down below with a pink emoji heart if you can. I would love to see a bunch of pink hearts down in my comment section. Now that our kissing booth is done, to make it a sweets kissing booth, we have to add some sweets to it. So moving on to our next project, I will be making some fake cupcakes. I found these cupcake cups that were so pretty. They're pink and have gold hearts on them. And they come 10 in a pack. Next, I will be using this stuff called Great Stuff. It is actually expandable foam that I got at Lowe's. To make the cupcake itself, I'm adding the foam to the cup. Now, you don't need to use as much as I'm using here. I suggest only filling it maybe 2/3 of the way. This is how big the cupcake turned out, only a half an hour after usage, and this is what it turned out after a couple of hours after it dried. Look how much it has expanded. They're still cute in its way, but they're little fat cupcakes, and to show you how big they truly are, here is a cup liner at the beginning, and see how much bigger they expanded. I just think it's the funniest thing, and they kind of wobble, but like I said, it still works out, and they turned out so cute. To make my cupcake into a cupcake, I'm taking my X-Acto knife and I'm going into a circle around the cupcake. Then I will be going in another circle on the top of the cupcake because I want to leave a little part of the cupcake or that foam piece on the top. Then I remove the extra foam on the sides out of the way. Here's what it looks like, and I continue the same process with all of the cupcakes, and this is how they turned out. Now it's time to bake the cupcakes. Just kidding. It's time to paint the cupcakes. I'm making 3 chocolate and 3 vanilla. And all I do is add brown paint for the chocolate and a little bit of yellow for the vanilla. Now it's time for my favorite part, which is to make the fake whipped cream. I have this Fast and Final lightweight spackle that I purchased from Lowe's. I add a couple of spoonfuls to a disposable cup, and then I add some acrylic paint. Now when you do this, you want to add a small amount at first, mix it up so that your spackle doesn't become too watery. Now that I got the desired color that I was going for, which is a light purple, I'm adding a piping bag and a piping tip to a cup. I use this method because it's easier to add the spackle into the piping bag. I'm going to add the purple whipped cream to one side of the piping bag and then add more white spackle to the other side so I get a two-tone color whipped cream. I am just pushing the spackle down closer to the tip, and then I will cut off the tip of the plastic and then push my piping tip all the way down. I remove extra plastic on the top of the piping bag because it just helps me hold the bag closed. Now it's time to pipe the whipped cream onto the cupcake. Now I'm just going in a back and forth motion, and to me it kind of looks like flower petals. I do this so that it gives me a foundation to add more whipped cream on top. Now, this is where that extra piece of foam comes into place, because when you add the second layer of whipped cream, the whipped cream needs something to hold its weight, and that foam piece does that job. Now it's time to add the sprinkles, and I will be using glass beads and foam hearts to do this process. Now I'm just adding the sprinkles to my cupcake. I place them where I like them and push them in just a bit so that the whipped cream can hold it in place. And then lastly, I'm just adding a red foam heart on top of the cupcake itself. For my next cupcake, I have another two-tone. It is pink and a darker pink. I do the same method, but with this one, I kind of go into a swirl on the top. Adding my sprinkles to this cupcake, I'm just placing them where I want, pushing them in just slightly so the whipped cream can hold it, and then I add a pink foam heart to this cupcake. For my last cupcake and my favorite cupcake, I have this purple and pink swirl. I use the same method of going back and forth to get the whipped topping looking like this. For the sprinkles on this cupcake, I'm using the shaped beads that I purchased at Dollar Tree. I'm just using the red and purple hearts from it. Then I'm going in with some pearl beads and I'm placing them sporadically all along the whipped cream. Then added my foam heart to the top of the cupcake. And here's how they all turned out. I absolutely love them. They look so delicious, so unique, and they're so cute. Each cupcake got a little partner. So first, here is my red and pink cupcake set. Aren't they so cute? I love them all. Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Here is my next set, which are the purple and white swirl, which are so gorgeous and I love it. And my last set, which is I think my favorite, which is the pink and purple swirl with the pearl beads in them. In total, I made 6 cupcakes, 3 vanilla and 3 chocolate, and I love every one of them. Here's how it looks all together in the kissing booth, and I just think it is so precious. Look how it came out. I'm so happy. Please let me know which cupcake design was your favorite in the comments section down below. Please be sure to hit that thumbs up button to let me know if you want to see me make more sweets for my kissing booth. And if you can, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Be sure to click on the bell notification so that YouTube always notifies you when I upload new content, and I would love for you to be part of my virtual art family. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.